Good evening, friends. In the earlier session, we discussed about parts of speech. We discussed about verbs also. Verbs are the ones which verbs are the words which tell us about an action or state, right? Verb is a word used to express an action or state. We had discussed this, right? Now we will learn another very important grammatical concept, which is called subject. Every sentence has a subject. Subject is who or what the sentence is about. We learn how to identify subjects in a sentence. It is very easy. The subject is the who or what the sentence is about. Right. The subject is usually whatever or whoever is doing the action of the verb. Action of the verb. Right. So in a sentence, to identify subject, we first need to identify verb. Verb is a word which is about an action or a state that we discussed in the earlier class. Let's identify subjects now. First, we have to find out in any given sentence what is the verb and then simply ask who is doing or what is doing against that verb. Who is doing that action of that verb? This is a question we have to ask. First, just find the verb and just ask this question: who is doing the action of that verb? Then we will find out subject. Let us take few examples. Children like toys. Like is the verb here. Who like toys? Children. Children is the answer, right? So children is the subject in this sentence. We first need to find out what is the verb. Identifying verbs is very easy because they are all about actions or states. Let us take this example. The teacher is erasing the board with her hand. Who is erasing? Erasing is erasing. This is the verb, right? Who is erasing? Answer is the teacher. So the teacher is the subject in this sentence. Mike lives in Africa. Who lives in Africa? Mike. So Mike is the subject. The sun is shining. Who is shining? Or what is shining? The sun is shining. So the sun is the subject here. Robert is reading a book about butterflies. Who is reading? Robert is reading. So Robert is the subject here. Tom and Anne live with their parents. Who live with their parents? Who? Who is living? Tom and Anne is the answer. So Tom and Anne. This is called a compound subject because there are two people, not just one. Still, Tom and Anne both are subjects. Right. Monkeys eat fruit and insects. Who eats fruit and insects? Who eat? Monkey. Monkeys. Right? Monkeys. Monkeys is the answer. So the subject the subject is monkey. The statement is about monkeys. Mary and Bob help Shue. Who helped Shue? Mary and Bob. So Mary and Bob is the subject here. Ships sail across the ocean. What sails across the ocean? Ships. So ships is the subject. Water contains hydrogen and oxygen. Contains is the verb. What contains? Water. Water is the answer. So water is the subject. Who is knocking at the door? This itself is a question. So in this, who itself is the subject. In this kind of questions, we can actually make some answer. For example, Rama is knocking at the door. John is knocking at the door. Then John is who is knocking? John is the subject, right? Similarly, who is knocking at the door? So who itself is the subject. We just need, instead of question, if we make it as a statement. Who is knocking at the door? If we turn it into a statement, John is knocking at the door. That, let's say that is a statement. In that statement, John is the subject. So here, who is the subject? I play tennis with my friends. Who plays tennis? I. In this sentence, I is the subject. You and Jane should visit me. Who should visit me? You and Jane. So you and Jane is the subject. Visit is the verb. Who is doing this visit? You and Jane. So you and Jane. This is a compound subject. My boss gave me instructions. Who gave instructions? My boss. My boss is the answer. Gave is the verb here. Who gave instructions? My boss is the answer. So my boss is the subject. Next summer we are going to Disneyland. Who is going? We are going. So we is the subject here. Although it is hot, I still need to mow the land. Who needs to mow the land? I. Mowing is the verb here. So I is the subject. Jack, John, and Fred are still at home. Are is the verb. Who are is the verb, right? Who are still not home? Jack, John, and Fred. So these three together is the subject, compound subject. What are you doing today? This is a question. What are you doing today? In this type of questions, we just need to make them turn it into a statement. You are doing something today. Right. You are doing something today. In that statement, you is the subject. Right. Similarly, what are you doing today? You, the question, the statement, the sentence is about you. So you is the subject. Right. In these types of questions, we just need to convert them into statements and answer. You are doing something today. In that statement, you is the subject. Right. Similarly, what are you doing today? You is the subject. Clean your room before dinner. Clean is the verb. Who should clean? You should clean. But you is not mentioned here. Still, you is the subject. In this is a command. This is a command kind of statement. Stop making noise. So that is a command kind of statement. There, you is understood. It will not be written. Right? You clean the room before dinner is a statement, but we generally don't write you. This is called implied you because this is implied. Clean your room before dinner. That means the command is to you only. This is called implied you. In a command, the subject is always you, although you is not mentioned most of the times. Right. In this statement, clean your room. This means you clean your room before dinner. You is not there, but the subject is actually you. This is called implied you. Hope you understood how to identify subjects in a sentence. It is very easy. We just need to first identify the verb and just ask who is doing that action or whatever or whoever is doing that action of that verb. Then we get that answer. That answer gives us who is the subject. Right? Hope you understood this. This is an important concept which is useful in multiple places of English grammar. Thank you guys. All the best.